There?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Right, you ready?
Yeah.
I'm here with Ayse, and she has been with us now for 6 months. So we're gonna have a quick chat. Like I said to you, don't worry about, what is said. We're gonna just have a completely natural chat. We've not spoken about this at all, it's completely unrehearsed. So we're just gonna, talk about her experience with us, how far she's come, how she's found, the people, any results she's experienced and that kind of stuff, just to, give you an idea of what it's been like for her, essentially. So, obviously you said it's, 6 months now, right? So we just want to get an idea, I guess, firstly we could talk about what made you sign up, what made you start, and, just your initial thoughts on why you started and any kind of maybe thoughts you had towards starting nerves and stuff like that,
Okay.
if you would.
Yeah, okay, so I started because I've always been overweight as a teenager. I hated exercising. I used to kind of overindulge in food. I wouldn't necessarily say that I ate really badly. It was just sometimes I would binge on certain foods, or I was never really watching what I was eating. So it's just been a constant thing since a teenager. I've never been small at all. So then even at uni, I was just drinking a lot, eating a lot. And then after I came back, literally last summer, I thought I've got all this time, I need to focus on my body, doing what I want to achieve, because I've always wanted to be slimmer. Just a bit more toned. I tried the juice drinks, I went to Slimming World, but I never sustained it. So that's why I joined boot camp, and I literally hated the gym. So I never used to go. I would make excuses for not going with my friends. They'd be like, why don't you want to go? And I'm just like, no, not today, I feel ill. But I just literally don't like the environment. It's just intimidating. You get all the men with doing weights and things.
That's obviously, that's quite a big concern, I think, for women in general sometimes. The resistance side of things and the weight side of things is necessary. It's essential training, and if it's full of big blokes lifting big weights and stuff, it's not in a particularly inviting environment, for some people, is it?
And I literally would never push myself at the gym. So then when I came back, I was like, oh, maybe I'll get a personal trainer. But then I saw your group, and then you had really good reviews, and you had a lot of weight loss successes, and I was like, I'm gonna give this a try. So yeah, that's where it kind of came about.
Perfect. And what were your kind of thoughts before starting? I know you said you didn't like the gym, you found it intimidating. Did you think it was going to be like that? Or what were your thoughts before starting? Did you
I thought,
nervous or anything like that?
I just thought I probably couldn't do it. Because all these people, you see their pictures, and I'm like, nah, I can't do that. And then I thought, I don't want to disappoint them. I'm not going to stick to it, because obviously it's 3 days a week. So I thought, can I actually be committed? I kind of failed with a lot of things as well before that, so I don't know.
So there's an element of not thinking it was going to happen, kind of thing. Okay.
And then also the kind of people, I didn't know what kind of people were going to be there. Would I get on with people? Would I be lonely? So.
And when you arrived, how did you find it all?
No, everyone's so nice. Everyone's really welcoming. You're really welcoming. I didn't know. I couldn't really do anything. When I started.
You got a lot better though. You made massive improvements.
No, but I literally couldn't do anything, and you would always be like, this is how you need to improve, this is what you need to do. You would kind of come over to me, you'd show me what to do. So then I always learned, and then even people next to me, they would help me. They'd be like, this is how you can, do this better. So that really helped me. And then I have a lot of friends here now, like Danielle, Jess.
You and Danielle are inseparable.
Yeah, I love her. And I love Jess. Everyone here is so lovely.
Yeah, good. No, so like I said to you just before we started this, obviously we were talking while I was setting up the camera and stuff, and one of the biggest things that people do always comment on is the people in the group and the friendliness of it all. And everyone's just kind of, has a laugh, but they're all there to encourage each other and stuff at the same time, which is important.
The good thing is everyone's different ages, but you get on with everyone. Everyone has such a positive attitude. They all want to motivate you. You want to motivate them. So you know, you have things in common, even though you probably think you wouldn't. So that's really nice. And
you have this in common, I guess, as well, don't you? Like, you know, it gives you something to talk about as well, doesn't it? People kind of talk about how far they get, like their achievements and stuff like that. So everyone's got that in common.
They want to share advice with you. And then the Facebook page, things like that. Everyone's like showing their meals or just sharing videos to motivate you, recipes, things like that. So it's really welcoming, like really lovely.
Good, that's good to hear. So in terms of results, how far have you come so far?
Okay, so I've lost over 2 stone, and then I've lost 13 centimetres from my waist to my hips alone.
That's awesome.
I've dropped over a dress size on my trousers, nearly 2, but not like that, and a dress size on the top as well.
Okay.
But I would say, even though the results are obviously like the best part, but mentally, I would say it's like really done.
Yeah, no, it makes a big difference.
I hated exercise. Like when I say I hated it, like I hated it.
Passionately.
And literally, I couldn't even run down the street without being out of breath. Like, my brother was like, "This is embarrassing," and now I can like run a couple of miles. So for me, it just makes me feel good because I've never been able to do it in my life. So yeah, I've got a lot out of it, more than weight loss.
That's good. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I always, you know, I've had this conversation with people before. Initially, people get on board to get in shape. Everybody does, almost everybody does.
Yeah.
But over time, they kind of identify with the differences in how they feel. Just having that kind of positive structure in their life. As you know, it can only be a good thing. Having that structure of, you know, knowing when you're expected at sessions and attending those and doing it for yourself and kind of demonstrating that adherence, it's you know, it's important.
I wish I'd done it sooner, to be honest. Because at uni, I was so stressed out. Yeah. And I never, like...
Yeah, it makes a big difference to mental health, doesn't it?
I know. I think it would have really helped me, but, you know, at least I'm doing it now, so...
I always find that if I do like a day behind a computer, if I'm doing work at home and stuff, you know, office work essentially, and it's stressing me out, like training is the one thing that kind of cures that. And I think it's, you know, it's evident when you know you're feeling stressed out and you know that it's going to make you feel better afterwards. It makes a big difference. No, that's awesome in terms of results so far, really good. And another thing, like obviously that you mentioned briefly, is getting better at exercise as well. Like I always see you bossing your push-ups on your feet and stuff nowadays as well, which is good. You've got a lot stronger, a lot stronger. And to be honest, I kind of saw a stage in you when you like almost turned over a new leaf. It was like, I'm going to take this serious from now on. Because one day I just noticed you was like proper hammering it on the ropes. I was thinking, yeah, she's going in like, you know, you'd kind of, I don't know, it just seemed like something clicked.
It's something switched in my head. Because to be honest, when I first started, I did see the 2-month transformation. And I was like, in that 2 months, I'm gonna, you know, lose all this weight. I'm gonna be fabulous after 2 months. And I'm never gonna have to come back again. That's how I
Yeah. A lot of people think like that, don't they?
But the thing with me is I wasn't willing to put in work, and I know I wasn't at the start, like I wasn't taking it seriously. I didn't really lose like anything. I didn't push myself at all. It's only
I definitely see that in
after
your
Christmas
change.
that I realised, I was like, I need to take this seriously.
And when you made that change as well, things changed, didn't they? Your results changed, you know?
Everything.
But to be honest, like even initially, it can kind of be seen as progress because you were like, you know, you were getting to grips with coming 3 times a week, with, you know, with the inconvenience of exercise, with the inconvenience of thinking about your nutrition. So it can all be seen as progress. It's just, there certainly came a point where you kind of like switched it on and you actually pushed forward and started getting some pretty, like, you know, epic results.
Yeah, I think it's because I realised how good it is for you. Even though I didn't like it, but I was like, you know what, it's actually really good. Yeah. So, yeah.
Good stuff.
I urge anyone to do it.
Yeah, that's spot on. Another thing I was going to say as well, which I was quite happy with, is recently you kind of, you know, you booked in a call with me, you said, can we have a chat and stuff? And then, you know, you said to me on the phone, look, I've come this far, but I kind of feel that things are slowing down slightly. What do I need to do now to get to further forwards, to push myself forwards? You asked the questions, we talked about, you know, suggestions on things that you can do right now to move forwards, and then, you know, take action on it. And that's good because it shows that you kind of like you're taking an interest, you're paying attention to how things are going, and when is required, you're getting in contact and making sure that you know what you need to do to move forward. So it was good that, you know, I feel like when we had that conversation, quite a lot was achieved from it.
I think, like, exercising is the easy part, but nutrition is the most difficult, because that's the thing you have to kind of watch.
You're responsible for it on your own as well, aren't
Yeah.
you? I can like shout and scream all I want in the sessions, but
It's really hard to know like what to eat
Yeah.
correctly sometimes, and you might make the little error, but it doesn't mean that, you know, you've ruined the whole thing. So
obviously we're trying to help you out with that the best we can, you know.
Yeah.
Like there is like what I consider to be like a perfect nutrition plan, but ultimately, you know, I say to you what I say to everybody else, it's not about what we do.
Yeah.
What about we should do? It's about what we do, right? And if what we do is enough to get us moving forward to get results, then that's fine
Yeah.
for now. But you know, we try, obviously, you know, knowing and doing are two different things. So we try and make sure that you know what you're doing at all times. If that is difficult to stick to, then we kind of give you suggestions on maybe a little bit more than you're currently doing. Not perfect, but enough to think about and to get you moving forward and then build upon it from there.
Yeah.
I think that's you know, like I said, I made a video a little while ago when I said that I kind of changed my approach to things.
Yeah.
Because it's all well and good saying, look, this is perfect, do it, but that's difficult, you know, and if people aren't doing it, then they kind of beat themselves up, get overwhelmed, don't feel good, and ultimately don't get results at the same time, you know. So it's about knowing and practical application as well, and just I think just slowly building upon it, and until it kind of becomes more effortless and kind of, you know, just a part of what you do. Because I think over time, have you felt that get easier?
That's what I mean. Like now, I've just got it right. Like I
Feel more in control, kind of
Yeah.
feel like, yeah, that it's less
I
complicated.
understand it more.
Yeah, that's a
Whereas
big one,
before
right?
I was making a lot of errors.
Yeah.
But now, like, it's just embedded into my lifestyle. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have to like always think about, you know, certain foods now, whereas before I had to, because I had to change them.
Yeah. It can definitely be like, the learning curve can be quite a lot to get your head around with nutrition.
Yeah.
However, it's something that's going to serve you for the rest of your life.
No, exactly.
So it's worth learning, it's worth getting your head around it, it's worth persevering with. Even if, like you said at the start, you weren't kind of taking it as serious as perhaps you should have been, and you weren't getting the results consequently to that,
Yeah.
which won't happen obviously. You know, there needs to be, you know, certainly a reasonable amount of application.
Yeah.
You know, it was enough to kind of, it's all been longer term, right? It's all been longer term, and I can see, you know, you've been with us 6 months, and I can see right now just, you know, it's just what you do.
Yeah.
It's not like, you know, it's not like you don't turn up, you always turn up to the sessions. Like I say, you always train your hardest, and you know, the results you experience as a result of doing that have been reflected in your behaviour, you know, which is awesome. So it's good to see. So yeah, I think that'll do. I mean, is there anything else you want to mention? We've obviously talked about, you know.
Oh yeah,
With the friends.
actually, I want to say about the little touches,
Go on.
like from facts and things,
Yeah.
because I think it's like the nicest part. Like it's really cute how, you know, I received like little cards, just like at the start, like we love having you on board. It's
Yeah.
just like you have a lot of little touches that make it really special, and like you feel like a little family. That's what I say. Like you do events with each other.
Yeah.
There's one coming up soon. Like, yeah, it's just really nice.
Yeah. No, it's important to have those bits. I think, you know, it's certainly, if people feel a part of a community, then it's, you know, it seems like it's something that they're comfortable arriving to every time, you know. They know the people, they know the kind of the attitude that everyone has, and you know, it's not like turning up to like a maybe like a faceless gym class or something. It's a, you know, friendly face and people that you recognise, which is all good. But yeah, we do what we can. I'd certainly take care of things outside of the sessions as much as possible as well, you know, in terms of kind of getting in contact with you guys and checking in with you, making sure everything's all right. And if it's not, you know, what can we do? Do you want to have a talk? What can we do to get you moving forwards, you know? Because I think it's important, you know. Being left to your own devices, if you're doing everything that you need to do, is fine. But if you're not, then I think every so often those little check-ins are important.
You're very dedicated, I'll give you that.
Good stuff.
I don't know how you do it.
Yeah. Don't know, it's, you know, like I said, I can kind of consider it to be an important part of what we do, and to like set us apart from joining the gym or joining things like this and joining things when you're on your own. Is like a lot of what we do is the support and the accountability that people receive alongside the actual sessions, and you know, the guidance and advice as well.
So that's definitely the most important bit. Yeah,
Right.
definitely.
It's good to hear. It's good to hear those things, you know, go notice and make a difference as well. Because you know, always do them, and a lot of the time, you know, you kind of question whether they are making a difference, like text messages and stuff like that. But if they are, then it's always good to know.
But like even your website, you don't realise like how professional your whole kind of camp is really. You have a website you can log on, your own login, and then you can track your results, but you can also look at foods and other videos you've done for support. Like there's
information there, isn't there? There's stuff that helps out.
But a lot of people don't have that, so that's your additional benefit.
Good stuff, awesome stuff. Right, we'll cut that off there then. I think we talked about, we talked about the results you got, talked about, how you're feeling initially. I don't think there's anything else that, unless you want to add. All good? All right, good stuff. High five, shimmy up, well done. It's good. And just keep pushing forwards, As always, here to help. So, as we've discussed, get in contact if you need anything. And, let's just keep doing the do and attacking it. Awesome stuff. Well done. Perfect. Appreciate that. Bye-bye.